So I'm going to be playing a rather intimate voice message here. I have explained in another video that I fell in love with somebody a few years ago, and that when she found out how I felt about her, she stopped talking to me. Obviously, this wasn't what I was hoping for. My worst fear was that she'd give me a gentle knockback, say she wasn't interested in that with me. But she never spoke to me again after that, which I was not at all expecting. Over the course of a few texts, I managed to lose a friend completely, one I really love. This reaction of hers to me sharing my feelings, it felt disproportionate to me. And I wondered if there was something going on at her end that I was unaware of that explained it. I sent her emails, even after she said she would block me. My reasoning for this was simply that if she did block me, then no harm was being done. And if she didn't block me, then it was because she didn't really want to. One day, after a couple of years, the police came to my door and told me she didn't want to receive any more messages from me. So she hadn't blocked me. I stopped sending her emails. I still had no idea why this had come about. Something I continued to do was leave messages for her at my sit spot on the edge of the woods. I had told her in one of my emails where my sit spot was, in the hope she would turn up there one day. A day or two after sending that email, I saw a footprint at my sit spot. The first footprint belonging to somebody else I had ever seen there. So I would leave her messages, hoping it was her. Sometimes my messages would be gone the next time I went there. Sometimes they were disturbed but left where they were. No messages were ever left for me, but at least one person was visiting my sit spot when I wasn't there, and specifically taking an interest in the messages I left. I had the distinct impression that it was different people at different times, but I had no way to know for sure. I left a voice message on a flash stick there on the second day of the year, 2025, but it was not picked up. I am held entirely in a bubble of not knowing. I'm going to play the voice message that was left but never received. It was originally 30 minutes long, but I've removed any sections that give personal information about her. It was my higher self, who I call Sally, who originally guided me to make the voice message in the first place. And it's Sally who's encouraging me to make this video now. The following voice message is me trying to bare my soul to somebody I love and miss. If you don't really want to listen to that kind of thing, I don't blame you. Go watch one of my other videos. Okay, here it is. So Sally has told me to do a voice recording for you, and I've set it for 30 minutes. And it's unscripted, unrehearsed, and I barely know where to begin, barely know what to say. But, I do as I'm told when it comes to Sally's guidance. So here I am doing a 30-minute voice message for you and wondering where to begin. So I saw Trish yesterday. Today is the second day of the new year, 2025. And I saw Trish, and she told me yesterday morning that she saw you, that you're going to get married, and that you were looking forward to Christmas being over. And I don't know if all of that is true. If none of it is true, I don't know. It seems to be that everyone in the world seems to think it's against the laws of physics that anybody ever tell me anything true. Everybody in the world seems to think it's against the laws of physics that you and I could just come together and have a conversation with each other. And I don't know why any of this. I don't know. It's the thing that I have to deal with. Just not knowing, just people not thinking they're allowed to talk to me for reasons that I don't know, because people don't talk to me. I'm left with my imagination, I'm left with my imagination for why it should be that it's apparently against the laws of physics for me and you to just be able to talk to each other. So I imagine all of the various things that I can imagine, and then I still don't know. I don't know if you don't want to talk to me, or if you feel that you can't for reasons that I don't know. And I really want to know. I'm hoping that it's just you on your own listening to this. That's my hope. My hope is that this hole in the ground is between me and you, and that it's not against the law of physics, that me and you should be allowed to just communicate with each other honestly. So that's my hope. I don't I don't know how likely it is that this is just you listening to me and not you and somebody else, or not somebody else entirely. I believe it would help for me and you to be able to have a conversation with each other and do that terrifying thing that seems to seem so impossible to everyone, that just, speaking words of truth to each other. I don't think it's against the laws of physics, and I think it would really help. And I think that if you feel in need of some help, I could be it. And I don't know if you think that you could do with some help or not. I don't know if you do or not. And maybe if this hole in the ground is between me and you, then maybe we can have some conversation with each other, have some communication with each other. That's what I'm hoping. Because if not, if it's not possible for us to communicate with each other, and for whatever reasons you are set on continuing as you are, then I'm very unhappy. I hate the I hate what it's like to be just left with my imagination, because I barely know how to say anything that's even relevant to you, because I just don't know anything. I just don't know anything. All I know is myself. All I know is how I think and how I feel. And what I think about and feel about the most, which is you, is this unknown box that's been taken out of my sight and put on a shelf in a basement somewhere that I don't know how to reach. So it's difficult for me to know what to say, because I don't know. I just don't know. And that seems to be the only power people can wield over me these days, the power of just keeping me in the dark, the power of not letting me know the truth. And I'm guessing that whatever this truth is, it feels just too painful to share with me. And I think it's what needs to happen. I mean, I've been left with my imagination for so long that, I'm pretty much ready to hear anything. I'm at that place where, I almost don't care what the truth is, almost. I just want to know it. I'm not planning to cause a problem for anyone, actually. I'm not planning to cause a problem for anybody. I just want to be able to be part of my friend's life. And whatever the reasons are, whatever they are, I believe it's not against the laws of physics for Yanto to be allowed to know them and, just share his thoughts and just offer to help if such an offer would be appreciated. And I don't know, I just don't know. It seems incredibly important to everybody that Yanto just doesn't know. It's also weird for me. I've not, I just did not see anything like this coming. I didn't see people responding to me like this. Mm. I'd really like to know what you think and feel about me. Even if the reasons that we're not allowed to communicate with each other are that terrible and that definitive and never gonna change, I'd still like to know what you think and feel about me. Really, truly. I think that's something that could happen within the laws of physics, I hate the idea of you being hurt by others. And I don't know if others are hurting you. I don't even know. I mean, it seems to me that there's some horrible hurt happening somehow, somewhere in all of this. But I don't know the nature of it, and that leaves me feeling like I can't act, which is what everyone seems to want. It's like the idea of honest communication happening between Yanto and anyone is this really terrifying idea to everybody. And that wasn't what I intended my role to be in my life. The guy that everyone's terrified to talk to. I was hoping that I could just be well-loved eccentric character, you know? Someone who does his own thing, he's weird, he's strange, he's creative, but, you know, it doesn't mean anybody any harm, and we all like him. That's it's kind of how I saw myself. And that seemed okay. And now I go to my sit spot. And try to leave messages for you, and I hate the idea of you going through awful things. It doesn't feel fair to me that you're out there going through awful things, and I don't know how awful they are. And it's not just that you're going through them and I'm not allowed to help, it's I'm not even allowed to know what they are. I don't know. It's really horrible for me. And I'm the least judgmental person in the world. And I know that I can hear the truth. I just can't get anyone to tell me it. But whatever the truth is, it won't so much as scratch my love for you. Whatever the truth is, it's not going to scratch my love for you. It can't. I don't know if it's that you just think I'm a crazy person who's gonna behave in crazy ways and cause problems because he's crazy. I don't know if that's what you think of me. I hope not. I hope not. From my point of view, it's everybody else that's behaving crazy around me. You know how I think about everything these days. You know how I think about life. You know how I think about us and our existence and what it all is and what it all means. You know that I see every single one of us as being completely innocent. That's my truth. I know it to be true. That we are all innocent, blameless beings who had no choice about being here, had no memory of why we were here, and have had to deal with that as best we could. But if it's anything at all to do with you not feeling good enough, I want you to know that I'm not going to do the judgment thing that you might possibly be afraid of me doing. I don't know. There's this hole in the ground. I'm hoping that it can be a channel of communication between us that other people aren't interfering with. That's what I'm hoping. If it's not the case, it's not the case. And, I guess whatever, I guess I'll just keep waking up and keep being myself and see what happens next. I want to know that you feel you've got some agency in your life, that you can make your own choices and go your own way, whichever way you choose to go. I want to know that you're able to do that. And I'm always hoping that you're going to be turning up in my world at some point. Somehow. Believing it can be a good thing. Believing in me. Believing in us. I love you so much. I hope you're all right. I hope to hear from you.